Hi, I'm Ingrid Stab, and I'm going to give you some tips right now for your annual performance review. Some very specifics by type. I'll go from type 1 to type 9 and give you some ideas about how you can have the most effective annual performance review of your life and set yourself up for huge success in the next year, whether it's a promotion, a bonus, you're going to see real results that will also result in financial results. So, how to really nail your annual performance review? I'm going to give you this advice so that it could apply, because I don't know where you are as you're watching this video, if you've written your self review yet for the end of the year, or if you are in the process of writing feedback on your annual review, or you're getting ready to sit with your manager, and your manager's already written your review, or you are sitting together soon to come up with your goals for the next year. So let's kind of, in this video, I'm going to assume you're going to do one of those things. So either these tips will apply to what you write in your self-review, or the conversation you have with your manager as you set your goals for the next year. So we'll kind of lump all those together for this video. So let's start out with type number 1. Let's say that you are a 1 improver, and the way that you're indispensable is how you're making improvements. Chances are your manager and your organization sees that. So that's for them noticing you're making improvements. That may not be so much of a concern, but how do you up-level your message to show that you are making significant improvements? You're like helping the whole organization improve something and make it shine and polish it way beyond where it is today. So it's something that you're doing, but you may not be calling attention to it as clearly as you could. So either in your notes as you prepare to talk to your manager, or if you're looking at your self-review or setting goals, no matter what, make sure that you are specifically addressing and having your manager echo back to you how you are making improvements that are having very impactful cross-organizational impact. And I'm sure you're doing that. So all you have to do is think about it a little bit more and be more specific and clear, not just some kind of micro improvement, but something that's having a major impact. Another thing is that you're probably organizing stuff in a way that's extremely effective that you're not getting credit for, because you just naturally organize it. People may not have noticed to the degree that you're organizing it because you're all focused on some other task, but in so doing, you're organizing things for the whole group. So see if there's a way that you can make your manager more aware of that as well, and make sure that you put that in your goals for next year. How you may organize things in such a way that's much more logically and effectively organized for the whole organization than it was last year. So I hope that gives you some food for thought. We have several more types to go. So why don't I go through a few more, and then I'll end this video. And then if you're in another type, you can watch the next video after that. So I'll keep going all the way through type 4 on this video. Okay, so type 2, the way that you're indispensable is how you meet needs. So people are already experiencing that with you all the time. They're probably very aware of it, but it doesn't hurt for you to call attention to it once again in the needs that you're meeting that are most important to your manager or to the organization. Those are the most strategic, the most impactful. So take some time to think about how you're meeting needs in that way, and how you're extremely resourceful. Like I said, they probably already know it, but what you want to do, you're almost going to do like a marketing campaign around that and point out how there's incredible ROI, incredible impact on the specific way that you are meeting needs above and beyond how anyone else is doing it. When I say above and beyond, I want to also encourage you, don't set yourself up to always have to be going above and beyond in everything you do so that you're exhausting yourself and you're taking a toll personally. You need to attend to your own needs. So really, when I say above and beyond, what I mean is how you're a standout. There are ways for you to be a standout in the way that you're meeting needs. It does not require you personally to have to burn yourself out. So I guess in your case, as a two helper, I think as you're doing your self-review and you're setting your goals for next year, you want to do it in such a way that you are actually doing less. You still have just as much impact, but you know internally you're doing less, giving less so that you're retaining more for yourself. But you don't need to say that per se to your manager. You can handle that internally, and I'll give you some more videos about that. Okay, type 3, the 3 achiever. Honestly, if you're a 3 achiever, you're probably not watching this video, but your colleagues are watching this about you. Reason why you're probably not watching this video is that this is your area of expertise, is achieving a successful image. So something like a self-review, something like a performance review is one of your greatest strengths. So you're probably all over this and not looking for tips. But if you do manage to be on this, watching this video, and you are a 3, then since you're already pretty good at this, I would say, and you're efficient, you're not making your performance review too long and wordy, because this is your strength, kind of the 80-20 rule. I would say that you should, in addition to what you're already doing, which is probably great, know that not everybody is wired like you. So for you to be super effective next year, and for you to really impress your boss now, if you can add a little bit of an element of EQ, emotional intelligence, about how, even though you're go and getting stuff done, that to be effective on a more strategic, more organizational level, you need to bring along a lot of people with you on your initiatives. And so therefore they're going to have different approaches. So you're going to have, and maybe you have had a pretty strategic approach to how you work with people and with teams, and you allow for a lot of diversity within how people work, so that you can get everybody rallied in the same direction. So I hope you know what I mean by that. And if you have questions on any of this, just drop questions in the comments to this video, and I can make more videos for you. And then we'll round this video out with number 4, the 4 artist. You're not necessarily an artist, but you have the 4 artist approach in terms of authenticity and individuality in everything you do. So the 4 artist, I was saying that for the type 1, 2, and 3, the manager probably already knows that the 1 is making improvements, that the 2 is helping, and the 3 is already achieving a successful image. Type 4, you have incredible authenticity in the way that you do things. And so your manager may or may not understand yet how effective and important that is for your work. So that can play out in different ways depending on what you just did in this last year. And we want your manager and your organization to understand how powerful that is. So I guess it depends on the type of work you're in. I would say you can definitely, position yourself as a subject matter expert that has a very unique view on something, because I'm sure you do, and help your manager understand how valued that is. Your manager might be trying to force fit you to be another type, So you want to kind of like level set their expectations, lessen their expectations for you to be something else, like an improver or a helper or a achiever. If you can help them understand how incredibly valuable your authentic and individual touches on things, because you do have a magic touch, you do have a unique touch. Hopefully they're seeing that. If not, really take the time to think about how to articulate it in such a way that impacts the the ROI of the organization or the impact on your clients. You are probably going to be really good. And unlike the type 3 who I just talked about, how they just want to power forward and may not be applying their EQ in such a way to understand that not everybody's marching forward in the same way they are. You do understand that. So there's certain areas where you're really helping with that in terms of, really perhaps like listening to clients or acknowledging some of the pains that your clients are experiencing, or acknowledging some of the difficulty the organization is going through change. And you do want to put a little bit of a positive spin on that for your annual review. So it's okay to say pains, but put it in kind of businessy terms, and then say, and therefore you're helping the organization come to this solution. So kind of you're going to have to connect the dots for your manager and organization more than maybe the last 3 types that I just mentioned. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any specific questions. Drop it in the comments, and then I can give you your own special video with much more detailed advice for you as the 4 artist. And with that, I will wrap up this one and look forward to leaving you guys more tips about your annual performance reviews.